Welcome back, family, to Northside LDN. Caramba, we are back with more news, man. News. More news, yeah? Yeah, I'm saying another bomber, apparently. Once again, like we haven't seen this news before. You know what I'm saying? Before we get into that, Tops, what you saying, my bro? You good?
Yeah, I'm blessed, man. Thanks for having me on the channel, man. Pleasure to be always on your channel, man. Big up Northside every time. And yeah, man, I'm all good, bro. The sun's shining. You know what I'm saying? Gotta enjoy the sun while it's here, man. So yeah, I'm in a good mood. So it's what it is, my guy. Big yourself up anyway.
Nah, I hear it, man. I hear it. Before we get into the news circling Arsenal, what did you make of the Liverpool performance?
Yeah, man. I mean, to be honest with you, bro, like before the game, I was predicting we were going to get absolutely smashed. I can't even lie. Like the fact that obviously we didn't perform in PSG, obviously in Paris in the week, and the fact that this season as a whole has been an atrocious season, man. Honestly, it's been one of the worst seasons I think I've enjoyed in a while, bro. And yeah, I just thought it was going to be one of those ones where we're just going to not turn up. And Liverpool going to have like an easy game. And in the first half, bro, it seemed like it was going to be like that. I thought we started the game like the first 5-10 minutes okay. Saka definitely should have scored that free kick that he had. That was a big chance for him. Someone of his quality expects him to score that. And then even the chance where I think it was Thomas Partey won the ball back, and it was him and Trossard messing about with it. That could have easily been 2-0 to Arsenal. But it's kind of the same old story that we've seen, man. We've seen it against PSG. Started well, should have been 2-0 up in that game. Obviously didn't take our chances, ended up going obviously 1-0 down, 2-0 down in that game. And it was the same with this, man. Like the defending for obviously the first couple of goals, Saliba caught sleeping for both, really, if I'm being honest. And I feel like his form has definitely dipped drastically since obviously Gabriel got injured. I don't think he's been the same player. And yeah, Paul, I was looking at the game because before the game I expected us to lose, and you know, I was thinking like, you know what, I just want to see a performance. I just want to see Arsenal put in something to even like galvanize some of the fans to think, you know what, even though the title's gone, we can show a little bit of heart, a little bit of fight going forward. But that first half was appalling, in my opinion. And to be fair, we were lucky it wasn't 3 or 4. Do you know what I mean? Ray had to make a couple of good saves to Curtis Jones and a couple other man. So yeah, going into the second half, I'm thinking, bro, just keep it at 2, make it a little bit respectable because I'm thinking fearing the worst. But credit to the team, I will say, like at least they showed a little bit of fight, a little bit of hunger. But part of the problem I do have with the team is when the pressure is off and people expect you to lose the game or there's not actual pressure of a trophy on the line, that's when they perform. That's when they step up. That's when they show that they have actually got quality. We all know this is a good team, but we want to get to that next level. And I feel like in the second half, it's just like a carbon copy of our season or this period under Arteta when he's been challenging or trying to go for the top honours. When the pressure's off, we're playing great football, we're kicking it around, we're scoring goals. But then when the pressure's on, when it's a crucial game, we need to win, we need to get through to a final or win a trophy, or we need to win the league. Bro, it crumbles. First half, it was the same, 0-0, pressure's on, we need to try and get a result, 2-0 down. Second half, everyone's written us off, 2-0 down, we're going to lose the game. And then we come back, obviously, I thought Martinelli played very, very well in the second half, drifted into that centre-forward role. I feel like that is definitely a position that we could really use him a bit more, if I'm being honest, man. Great header for, obviously, the first goal. And then, yeah, the second goal as well. Actually, Odegaard, I could not believe it, bro. This guy actually had a shot that was decent after all this time, brother. Like, I'm thinking, this guy's got, like, pillow foot for the whole season. This guy was not licking off shots, hesitating every minute. He actually had a decent attempt at goal. Good save by Alisson, and it was good following up by Marino to make it 2-2. And I did feel like Arsenal were in ascendancy to try and win the game after that. But, bro, silly, another red card that was silly, bro. Like, everyone goes on about blaming the refs, but you got to look at Marino, who I didn't actually think had a good game in midfield. I thought he was getting bossed all around the pitch. I feel like in that midfield position, I've not been impressed with him, man. Up front, I think he's done a good job, decent job for not being a striker. But, bro, in midfield, he just seems so sluggish, so slow, can't get around the pitch, can get, like, muscled off the ball easily. It was a poor touch from, obviously, the pass from Raya. And then, yeah, got dispossessed, and it was a poor foul to give away, and it couldn't really argue with the red card. And then after that, man, we were just kind of holding on, man. Just kind of holding on to try and get the draw. But overall, man, even though, obviously, as like I said, a bit of credit to the team for coming back from 2-0 down, but ultimately too little too late because the season's done. That's all I can say, man. I wish if we had this fight going into the PSG game or the games prior to obviously losing out on the league, I feel like this would have been an opportunity to actually show the team has actually progressed from last year. But again, it's the kind of the same old problems, really. But yeah, man, overall, bro, 2-2 draw doesn't really mean anything in the grand scheme of things. I'm not one of those guys that's obsessed with getting to second. I feel like Champions League places, whether it's second or fifth, it's just the same kind of thing. So yeah, for me, 2-2, we didn't lose and obviously lose another game in a row, but ultimately, bro, it doesn't really mean too much for me personally, man.
No, I hear that, man. I hear that. Yeah, man. Too little, too late. You know what I mean? And we still didn't get the 3 points. So
yeah, legit. We didn't even win. Oh, brother.
you know what I mean? Even me saying, I'm like, yo, we still didn't get 3 points, man. So whatever. It's whatever. But I was tuned out. Everybody knows that was watching the channel. I was just doing the watch along for the El Clasico. Much better game. Bro.
Yeah,
I knew for a fact there'll be a much better game. Entertaining game, man. 4-3. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. But listen, we got this news right now. There's a lot of news. You already know how it goes at Arsenal.
Yeah.
There's always news. We're always linked to players. There's always, you know what I'm saying, player deal, accepts deal, or you know what I'm saying, or bid has been given to the player or given to the club. And now we've got Gyökeres again. You know what I mean? How many more windows we're going to be linked with Gyökeres and not get it over the line? This time, apparently, we've put a bid of 75 million euros when his release clause is 100 million euros. Now, I want to get your thoughts because for me, if we know what the release clause is, and if we have this is what I don't understand about this club. Yeah, they wanted to pay like 50 odd mil for like Sesko. If they were really serious about getting Gyökeres, we've been knowing how much the release clause is. We know that Sporting are a selling club, so it's not a question of will he move. He's come out in press conferences before saying that, you know, he respects Sporting, but, you know, he'd love to play in Europe's top leagues. So that's like a hint already putting out there, like, you know, I'm open, me and my agent are open to talking. We've been knowing this deal. I just don't think we're going to get the deal done. I feel like every time Arsenal know what the release clause is for a player and they drag their feet, I just don't feel like we're interested. When we've seen Arteta's press conferences as well, he's been talking about, he's been very defensive when journalists have been asking him about, you know, Arsenal fans want a striker. You know, Arsenal fans have been saying that we need a striker to, you know, get over the line. Arteta's own words has been, that's too simplistic. You know, it's too simplistic to go get a striker. We have to look at the players that we've got right now. We have to work with the players that we've got right now. And it's just like, he's saying everything that we've heard in the past seasons.
Yeah.
The outcome is we're not going to get an out-and-out striker. So what's your thoughts about this? I just don't think that we've even bid, bro. I thought this is bullshit, bro.
Yeah, I hear it, bro. I don't think we've bidded yet either, bro. The only thing that I can think of that's giving me a little bit of hope is literally the signing of the sporting director, Berta, bro. That's the only one. That's the only thing that's giving me a little bit of hope because, again, like you said about Arteta, bro, there's a reason why he's not signed a striker in 5, 6, 7 years. Bro, the guy don't want a striker, man. He likes these false number 9s. He likes the Havertzes. He likes the Jesuses. He's playing Marino there, who's not even a striker. Bro, he plays Trossard there. He's not a recognized striker. For some reason, he likes these guys that don't really think about goal scoring as their first thought. The guys that can drop into midfield, can link up play, can obviously isolate certain kind of centre backs or midfielders that have obviously dropped into midfield as well. Bro, we just need to go out and get a striker, man. And for me, I can understand what you're saying, North Star, man. The PTSD of not getting a striker, bro. How long? We've not even replaced Aubameyang, the gunman Aubameyang from 2021, 2022. The last time he played for Arsenal, and still we're waiting, bro. We're still waiting for one. No, never mind 2, 3 backups or whatever. We're still waiting for one, bro. And for me, I just feel like it's going to a situation where it's going to be put up or short, man. We need to just see the guy come through the door. I don't want to hear about rumors or we're linked with this or we might do a bid for this. I want to see the guy holding up the shirt, bro. And the only thing I can think of that's giving me a little bit of hope is Berta's appointment, because the fact that he is a guy that has signed strikers before in the past for big money, in the past for Atletico Madrid. He's a guy that knows how to get a big deal over the line, man. And for me, that's something that obviously Arsenal need and Arteta needs. He needs that kick up the arse that's saying, yo, bro, what are you doing, man? We need to start getting some strikers, some number 9s that can finish off our chances, bro. The last year when we got knocked out to Bayern Munich, I heard the same kind of rhetoric coming out saying, oh, we need something magical. We need a danger man in the box to make sure we get over the line in these big games. A year on, we signed Sterling on loan and we still haven't got no magical forward, no magical player, no magical striker, bro. So for me, bro, we need to make sure, and this is what I was always saying, and obviously we'll get onto the Zubimendi bit in a minute, but for me, bro, my focus is on the striker. I want to see a striker come in ASAP Rocky as soon as possible, bro, because or if we don't get a striker, bro, right off the next season as well, man. Even though for me, obviously, I don't think Arteta is the right guy anyway, but for me, bro, we need to make sure that our attack is not the same as it is this season or the season before. We can't be going into the season again with Havertz up front. I can't see it again, bro. He has to be on a bench or sold or whatever. I need to see a new number 9 coming through. Now, Gyökeres would be a perfect for me. That's the guy I want. I think Sesko, there's too many excuses. He's young. He's not used to the league. He's never played in England before. He needs that time to adapt. You can already hear the excuses already. Arsenal have not got time for excuses. We need ready-made players who have got a resume of scoring goals. Gyökeres, whether it's the Portuguese or not, he scores goals. I always say when people talk to me about, the Portuguese league, if it's so easy, why is this guy the only guy scoring this many goals, bro, in the league? It's a ridiculous amount of goals he's scoring. 40 plus. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, bro, that's what we need. We need someone that sniffs goals, needs goals, the first 4 is have us score the goals again. Even if we win, he's obviously disappointed because he's not scored. That's what we need in the team. We need someone to finish off, obviously, all the chances we're creating, whether it's Saka putting balls into the box, Martinelli putting balls into the box. We need someone there, ready, active, able every single game to make sure we can get over the line in the big competitions, man. So yeah, man, but in terms of what you said about do I believe the report, I don't think we bidded for Gyökeres, to be honest with you. But what I will say is this: if there is a chance that we can get him, we have to go all out for him, bro. And like you're saying, man, I don't want no messing about. Gyökeres has come out and said he wants to basically leave. Like you said, Sporting or a selling club. You put the money up, they're selling him, bro. He's gone. He's coming to Arsenal. There's no doubt about it, bro. We're going to get Champions League football. We're probably going to be challenging for the league if he comes in anyway. So there's incentive for him to come to the club. And he's already played in England. He's played, obviously, for commentary. So he already knows the country itself. So for me, it's a no-brainer. Pay the money, guys, and get the guy in so the fans can have at least something to be excited about for next season. Because at the minute, it's looking bleak, my brother. I'm telling you.
No, I agree. Do you know what it is, yeah?
Yeah.
With this our whole attack. I agree with you, bro. We need an overhaul because when you look at it, yeah, everybody that was defending the Havertz defense lawyers, yeah, all of a sudden are calling out for a striker because it's the whole fan base, bro. And it's like, but they were trying to rewrite the role of a striker was with Havertz. That's what I find hypocritical.
Yeah.
We were criticizing Havertz and saying, this guy, yes, he can score goals, but his best season in the Premier League equals to Jesus, another one that's not clinical. We need a clinical goal scorer. Oh no, but you can't see what he brings to the team, and he links up play and he brings players into the game. They're the same people are now saying that we don't have a striker. But the striker that we previously bought, you were defending and saying that is what we need for this system. The system ain't changed that dramatically because the way that we were playing with Havertz is the way that we're playing with Moreno. Yeah. And it's the way that we've been playing up to now. So this is why I feel like this fan base is so disingenuous here, because they were the ones telling us here that we need to get off Havertz's back, and the way that we assess what a striker brings to the team, it has to be there's other things. You know what I mean? What happened to the excuses of we spread the goals around? All of a sudden that narrative is now changed. That we need a clinical goal scorer. And that's why that section of the fan base is why I criticize them so much, because they say one thing and then they move the goalposts, and they move it as if we, the other side of the fan base, haven't been calling it out. Like we didn't say that spreading the goals around won't get us over the line again. Like we can't rely on Havertz. And people may say, oh, but Havertz is injured. But before he got injured, he was already missing. And before that, the season prior, where was Havertz against Bayern Munich? Where was Havertz when we got kicked out against Liverpool? Do you know what I'm saying? And West Ham in the Cups last season. Where was this guy? Where was he in the crunch end of the season? Do you know what I mean? Like, these men talk about him like he's a player that can turn up in crunch moments. They lived up this whole Havertz hype based on scoring in a final for Chelsea, but he has not replicated that for Arsenal. And that's why I go off of how a player plays in the duration of a season than just based on one specific game. And when you look at it for the duration of the season, he doesn't give us enough goal scoring ability. And then when you look at it's the same fan base that were criticizing Giroud that was scoring 16 goals a season. And they said that wasn't good enough. But all of a sudden, Kai Havertz scoring 15 goals a season is good enough. And I just think, but both can't be true. You can't say a player that scored one goal extra wasn't good enough for Arsenal. Because you remember when we had Giroud, they would say he's not good enough to be the number one. But I tell you what, Giroud was a better finisher than Havertz. His link-up play was better. He could hold the ball up better. He could read the game better.
Aerially as well, better.
Not good enough. And then look what he done at Chelsea. And this is what I'm saying. It's like the disingenuous part of this fan base is like they criticize a player that they don't like, but then praise a player that they do like for the things that they criticize a previous player. For me, I just feel like what is missing from Arsenal's attack? What's the difference between Arsenal's attack, Barca's attack, and PSG's attack? For me, PSG, you can't isolate Doué because he'll cook you. And he can find space to have a shot. Kvaratskhelia, we had to get 3 defenders on him. He doesn't need to link up with the number 10. He doesn't need to bring in the striker. He can cook you by himself. And even then, he hit the post. Dembele, he can switch position. He can go to the right, go to the left. You don't know if you're going to track him, if you're going to leave him, if you're going to leave space in behind. These men can cook players individually. Then you look at Yamal. You can't defend against Yamal. You give him space, he will take you on. Do you know what I'm saying? You give him an opening, he'll take a shot. Even if there's not an opening, he'll find an opening. You don't know what to do. He's a defender's nightmare. You look at Rafinha, doesn't do anything for the whole game, but he's always that moments player that he'll be. You won't see him for 60 minutes. All of a sudden, he's in the box, boom, one chance, bang, goal. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So these are the kind of attackers that they have. They're attackers that you can't read, you can't predict, that the manager doesn't stop them and say you can only play within a certain space, so you have to track back and do defensive work. But they're a constant threat. When you look at our strike force, you've got Marino that's not a striker. That says it all. Yeah. You've got Martinelli that unless he has space, he can be nullified. So just take the space away, nullified. And you've got Saka that a lot of times you put 2 players on him. Most of the time he's going to be kept silent. And if you nullify Odegaard and just rough up Odegaard and make sure you just slam into Odegaard, Odegaard won't take on players. No. Odegaard won't look for the pass. Odegaard will look for the safe pass. He won't take shots. And he will just play the safe pass all the time. So we're easily nullified as a team. Our attack, our number 10, our striker, our right winger and our left winger, we can be nullified. Those other teams, the difference with them, you can't nullify them because they're unpredictable. And I just don't think we got any attackers that are like that. Trossard is decent. Rough him up a little bit. He can be inconsistent with his shooting at times. Not the fastest player, not slow, but not the fastest player. Technically good, but he can get muscled off the ball as well. So we've got a lot of players that are easy to defend against. Havertz as well. You get physical with Havertz, he ain't going to hold up the play. No. Jesus, injury prone and isn't a clinical goal scorer. Look at the difference between our attack and the elite attacks. And then people tell us that there's no quality in the market and that we can't do this. Like, we are so predictable as a team, and that is why they're able to that's why Newcastle have got our number. That is why PSG had our number. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I agree. We drop points to Fulham. We drop points to Chelsea this season. We are easy to figure out. Once you figure out the system, we are easy to figure out. So that's why I agree with you, bro. Like, I just feel like we need unpredictable players. Players like Gyökeres, when I see him for Sporting, he can drop in the link-up play as well. But as soon as he gets in the box, he'll take his opportunities. So if you want to give him space, okay, he'll link up. You know what I mean? You want to have 2 defenders on him, he'll link up play, create space for himself. As soon as he gets the space, he takes the opportunity. Those are the kind of players that we need, and we don't have them.
Yeah, I agree with you, bro. Just to come in as well, like about the Havertz thing. The thing that makes me laugh about people that support Havertz, bro, are the same people that want a striker. Do these guys realize Havertz, when he gets dispossessed out of the front team, he's out the club, by the way. We're not going to have a guy that's on nearly 300 grand a week sitting on the bench because no one wants to see him in midfield. He's not going to be playing up front. So where do you think this guy's going to go? And this is the thing. People try to convince themselves, oh, he's going to be a rotational squad player. There is no way Arsenal, for one, are going to have 300 grand sitting on the bench, not playing regular minutes. And there's no way he's going to be happy sitting on the bench after playing nearly every single minute of every single game since Arteta's obviously signed him. So, bro, then people are going to realize that. That's the thing. I feel like people are kind of backtracking on themselves because they know, you know what? Well, I know we need a striker, but I've backed Havertz for so long. Let me try and force it and say, well, we're going to have 2 strikers now and they're going to integrate. Bro, the Havertz is on too much money, bro. He's not going to be a bench option. He's going to be shipped on either this season or the next one. That's just a simple one as that. But I completely agree with you in terms of what you're saying. We haven't got anyone with that star quality, that Saka can do it here and there. But again, like you said, he can get nullified if you put 2 players on it. But to be fair, bro, I've seen clips of obviously Saka playing against PSG. People, they're having like 4, 5, 6 players on him, like on one side when he's getting the ball, because they know the other side of the pitch, Marino's not going to do anything particular special. Martinelli, like you said, he's not going to do anything particularly special if he's not into space. So those guys are just they're free. They don't care about them. It's just contain Saka, and then that's it, bro. You stop Arsenal in it. Odegaard obviously has been missing for the majority of the season. He's been terrible, so he's not even someone you can worry about. And I agree. Get a bit aggressive with him. The guy, he's not doing anything, bro. He's not dictating the play. He's not doing his job as a captain as well as his normal job as a player as well. So for me, there's no real surprise as well that we've not got a top tier attack when we've only bought one attacker, Jesus, in the last 4 or 5 years with Trossard. That's it. Trossard was supposed to be a backup. We're now starting him because, again, we've run out of ideas with Martinelli. His form's been very inconsistent the last 2 years, so we're having to start Trossard, who is not he's not a starter for a top team. He's a good option off the bench, but for me, he should not be starting a plethora of games. And then you look at, obviously, our attacking options of Havertz, who is not actually a striker. Jesus, he's been so non-prolific in any team he's been at. And then Marino, who is, again, not even a striker as well. So, bro, you can't be shocked when we get knocked out against PSG, or we get knocked out against Bayern Munich with superior attacks. You know, you look at the 4 attacks that were in the Champions League semi-finals. We had by far the worst, even without injuries, even if we had everyone back. We had by far the worst attack at Barcelona, Inter Milan, and the PSG, bro. So that is something that has to be addressed. We cannot not do that for any longer, bro. It makes no sense. Why are we getting countless left backs? Why are we linked with another keeper this window? We're linked with another left back this window. Why are we just strengthening the same positions? We've already got players that we've already invested a lot of money. 40+ mil we spent on Calafiori, 30 mil we spent on Raya just this season, and now we're going to potentially spend 25-30 on Garcia, potentially another 25-30 on another left back, when our attacking line, we need positions for all 3. Back up for Saka, new left winger, new striker, back up for Odegaard, or someone to replace Odegaard. These are all positions that are urgent. Like, we need that needs whole revamping, the whole thing, bro. Lock off all of it. Do you know what I'm saying? Bar Saka. So, yeah, man, for me, that's where the frustration goes in terms of the transfer dealings and how we've been obviously spending the money the last 2 or 3 years, man. It's been in positions, the same positions where we're just trying to penny pinch and strengthen a little bit here and a little bit there. When in reality, bro, we had Lewis Skelly there in the academy. That could have saved us 40 mil. Mikel Merino in midfield's not worked out. That's another 35+ mil. Fabio Vieira, he's another 35+ mil on loan, not worked out. Bro, we're wasting a lot of money where all of these 35 mil here and there could have been done to the attack, bro. So, yeah, I'm frustrated. And, yeah, we need to really fix up in the summer, bro, and spend the money wisely for sure. Otherwise, it's going to be the same old story next season, bro. I can't lie.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad, bro. I completely agree. And do you know what the maddest thing with this manager, before we go into the Zubimendi news, is that he keeps talking about internal solutions. Bro, how long have you had Martinelli? How long have you had Martinelli with you? Has he developed? I would say no. How long have you had Jesus under your leadership? Has he developed? I would say no. Take away the injury. Has he developed as a player? I would say no.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Then you look at players like Kiwior. You only bought Kiwior not that long ago, like 2 years ago or something. And has he developed? I would say no. He hasn't. He's an average defender. He's not terrible, but he's not great. He's just good. But good isn't good enough to get us over the line and win the league, bro.
Yeah,
we had El Nene before that was just good.
Good, yeah.
You know what I mean? We've had a lot of players that have just been good. You know, and that's the thing. Like, you look at a lot of them and you're like, yo, Odegaard, why have you not developed Odegaard's game? Like, you've kept him as your captain, your number 10. And we're looking at Odegaard saying, why are you not releasing the ball? Why can't you play for a press? You know, so when this manager comes out with, oh, we're going to have internal solutions, then why couldn't you develop Fabio Vieira? Why couldn't you develop Tavares? Tavares has had a better spell out on loan than he has under your leadership. Lokonga, why couldn't you develop him? Marquinhos, you bought him. You paid for him when you could have got him on a free. You paid 2-3 million for him. Why didn't you develop him? Do you know what I mean? Like, cool, you can get the Gabriel one. Cool. Moreno, Moreno was something that you tried to fill. Yeah, it was looking like, square pegs, round holes. But at the same time, it worked out. But you didn't buy him as a striker. You didn't plan for him to be a striker. You used him as a striker because you was out of options. And then you had to do the versatility thing because you didn't go out there and address the fact that we needed a striker. Knowing that Jesus' legs is finished. You know this. If we're not even part of the medical team and we can see, his legs is done, the repeat of injuries constantly. How can we tell that? You know what I mean? And that's why I look at this manager and say, yo, you're not developing anyone. You're genuinely not. You bought Zinchenko to be your main left back. How have you not developed him to be a competent left back? Minimum. Competent. I'm not even saying world-class competent. You've frozen him out of the team because you can't do the job that you need now. So when this manager talks to us about, we don't need a striker and we're going to get the most out of these players. But, bro, there's so many players here that we're looking at and saying, they've been under your leadership for so long. Where is the growth?
Yeah.
Where is the growth? you did well when getting like Gabriel, cool. Like Timber, good signing. Ben White, good signing, cool. But once again, it's like a lot of times he buys players and they actually shine better out of the position that he actually bought them.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point.
You got Zinchenko, but he's as a left back, but he's better as a number 10. You got Ben White as a centre back, but he's better as a right back. You got Timber as a centre back, but he's better as a full back. Do you know what I'm saying? You got Moreno as the DM, but he's better as a striker. Like, I don't understand what you're doing, bro. Like, I genuinely don't know what you're doing. So that's why, for me, like, this whole I'm going to get the most out of the squad, bro, you can't even see solutions with players that are available. When Odegaard got injured, you're playing Moreno in the 10. You played Havertz in the 10. Do you know what I'm saying? When Odegaard got injured, when we had Zinchenko that can play 10, we had Ethan that can play 10. Why did it take you so long to figure that out? Do you know what I mean? When you had injuries, when you had an injury to Ben White, you played Partey at right back. When you've got multiple fullbacks already there. If you're telling me that you would play a DM at right back, why would you not play a left back at right back? Because they, at least, it's not the most ideal, but that player is a fullback.
Yes, they're a defender, and you're not taking Partey out of midfield, which obviously weakens us as well. So, yeah, bro, it makes sense, man, what you're saying. Like, that's a very good. I never actually thought of it like that, But what you're saying is actually spot on. You can even go to like Havertz, bought him as a number 8, supposed to be that number 8, and now he plays better as a false 9, bro. So you're looking at a plethora of players who play better in a position where he accidentally has to play them because there's no other option, because the players that he's bought are injury prone, like Calafiori, like the likes of, and that's another one. Calafiori bought as a left back. He looks better as a centre back, more convincing as a centre back, bro, rather than a left back, man. So I don't know. It's a common trend with him, man. It seems like this whole versatility thing of buying players that can play multiple positions. It's like he's trying to overcomplicate things, bro. Just get a guy in a position that is his normal position. If we get Gyökeres, bro, he's a striker. You don't play him on the right, don't play him on the left. He's a striker. You play him there or you don't play him at all. And that's why I feel like the team is lacking. There's a lot of guys that are, trying to do a lot of different things, but there are actually masters of anything. Whereas we need masters of one particular position. Like, I will give him credit in terms of, I feel like the defenders he's bought have been decent. They've been good. Like you say, Timber, like Ben White, obviously Gabriel. I think he definitely has improved. He's been very, really good under his attendance. But there's a lack of progression when it comes further up the pitch. You look at the likes of Odegaard, who's definitely regressed this season. Martinelli has been poor for the last couple of years. Saka obviously has had an injury, but that you can say that you can blame the manager for that because he's overplayed him for the last 2-3 years as well. Havertz, another one, again, overplayed him for the last year and a half, 2 years. No proper backup to obviously him playing up front because you're relying on Jesus, who's injury prone. So it's always a domino effect, bro. You're like, the fact you're getting injury prone players and having them as backup options or for options for different positions means you're putting extra pressure on the starting players who have to play week in, week out, because the injured players are always injured. So they have to play. Where's Tomiyasu, bro? Like, well, we were having to play Timber for the majority of the season because this guy's been on the bench for about 2 years and he's out to what, next year? Get the hell. This is what I'm saying, man. It's actually comical. When you deep it, it's actually comical, bro. The amount of players that we signed that are injury prone is crazy, man. But something has to change it. And obviously, I don't know if you've seen the news about Declan Rice and now Trossard both having hamstring injuries, bro. That's what, 6-7 players with hamstring injuries in one season. 3 have to have surgeries. That's not right, man. I don't care what anyone says. That's not right. That can't be something that can continue going forward because you're not going to win anything. All your star players are having 3-4 months out because they're having surgery because their hamstrings are popped off because you're overworking them, either playing them too long, playing them too much, not rotating them, not subbing them off quick enough as well. Bro, you have to have a look at yourself and say, you know what? Us as a club, not just him, but the training methods, whatever they're doing in training, has to be changed 100% because, bro, this is not sustainable, bro. We have to have a full fit squad at least to even be able to challenge for the major honors. Never mind having these guys that we're relying on to obviously kettle to a certain degree, like Saka and all these guys up front, being injured all the time, missing months out of the season, bro. So yeah, man, it's crazy. I think we, like you said, we just need to overhaul in the attack, and Arteta needs to have a good hard look at himself and see how we can actually improve the players, man. Because again, there's only so much things you can do with the amount of money you're going to get spent. At the end of the day, some of these players are going to stay, whether we think they're good enough or not. You're going to have to get the best out of them, man. That's your job as a coach. You've got to coach the level up. Do you know what I'm saying? You can't just rely on having big money signings and saying, yeah, I'm going to get my 18th goalkeeper and that's going to be it. Do you know what I'm saying? You've got to coach them into being better players. And that's something for me, especially the attack, that he's not done. There's a reason we've only scored 60 plus goals. And that's like what 2 goals a game compared to what we were scoring last year, 90 plus. So obviously something's regressed. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that has to be addressed this summer going forward, bro. Otherwise, yeah, we're gonna be in the same position for sure.
Nah, facts, man. Big up to Ravi, big up to Josh in the chat, big up to TMJ. You know what I'm saying? Big up to AJ, big up to everyone in the chat, man. Make sure you're liking and subscribing to my G Tops's channel. The link is in the title. So make sure you're supporting the real ones. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're supporting the real ones, man. And you know what I mean? This is what we're doing, building up the community, man. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. It is what it is. But listen, let's get into the Zubimendi thing, because this one, yeah, just makes me laugh, yeah. It was reported by the Daily Mail. I know we got the here we go about it, but
yeah,
we got the Daily Mail saying that Arsenal have received the all clear to trigger Zubimendi's release clause. Why do you need an all clear to trigger a release clause, bro? You don't need the club's permission to trigger a release clause.
Facts.
So how, it don't make sense,
when you deep it, it's mad.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Great,
just pay the money in it and done. Wait a minute.
No, hold on. Did I read that?
Yeah. This ain't added up. Nothing.
You trigger the release clause.
Yeah.
And then you go straight into talking to the agent and the player in terms of personal, what they want in terms of wages, add-ons, performance add-ons, etc., signing on fee, whatever. You don't need the club's permission when they got a release clause, bro. That's the whole point of a release clause.
Yeah.
You get me? So, bro, this is how I know it's bullshit, bro.
Yeah, PR, bro. PR stinks.
A couple of months ago, you remember a couple of months ago, they told us that Zubimendi deal's done. So why are we getting another new report that Zubimendi deal done? I thought it was done already a couple of months ago.
And after that, bro, that's when we lost to obviously Newcastle at home, and then we got dumped out of the FA Cup by Man United, and they wheeled out that PR of Zubimendi. It's done. It's that Sam McAville. Oh, it's done. It's finished. He's definitely going to go to Arsenal. It's 100% done. And now the same thing, bro, out of the Champions League. Oh, all of a sudden the same play that was done 4 months ago is now done again. Like, come on, man. Listen, you know what it is as well, Northside? Like, bro, when I heard the news, whether it's real or not or whatever, for me personally, I'm an old school man. I like to see the guy hold up the shirt before I get gassed about anything. Do you get it? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, rumors, transfer rumors, because you know how it is like these days, man. You got David Ornstein, you got Fabrizio. Everyone wants traction. Everyone wants to put out these rumors, story after story after story, try and get obviously a bit of momentum in their obviously account or whatever. So for me, anything can change, anything can sway. Bro, I still remember the whole Mudryk thing, where he was definitely going to come to Arsenal for about 6 months and then he ended up going to Chelsea. Like, bro, we've been here before, innit? But for me, bro, even if it is real, I'm like, for me, I don't even care at the minute because I'm still hurting about midweek, bro. We could have been in the Champions League final. This is the one of the times that we could have made a second in our history, bro. And if we would have took our chances, if we would have played better in the first leg, we could have beat PSG. That's the annoying thing about it. I don't think it was a thing where it was like, oh, PSG were levels above us. I just think it's just the manager making silly decisions in terms of his personnel, not finding a solution when obviously people like Partey are not in the team. He's not been able to find a solution all season. When he's been moved out of midfield to right back, we can't beat a team. When we go down to 10 men and he's obviously moved to right back again, we can't beat a team. When he's out of the team for whatever reason, we can't beat a team. We need to find another way to try and break down a team when he's not playing in the six. And even when he was back, he was terrible in the second leg, in my opinion. And obviously was at fault for at least one of the goals that PSG scored. So for me, bro, I just think, like, whether we sign Zubimendi or not, you can't twang me. You can't make me lose focus about the season we've just had. We're double figures behind it. Liverpool, not Man City. Liverpool. No one thought Liverpool were going to do anything this season. Let's be real. They've got a new manager, transitional season. And this is the funny thing that makes me laugh. Everyone's talking about, oh, well, of course they were going to win it. They've got Salah, they've got Van Dijk, they've got Alisson. They've had these man for about 2-3 years and not won the league, bro. Like, no one thought they were going to do anything at the start of the season. They've pipped us. They've bypassed us and Manchester City into the position and won the league. That's one thing. The fact we got dumped out of these cups by a washed Man United side that are 16th in the league at home with 10 men is another scandalous one. The fact we got absolutely mollywopped by Newcastle by 2 games, bro, not even score a goal, is another one. Brother, the amount of games and the amount of decisions this season in terms of the performances as well as the results have been calamitous, especially for the quality of side we've got. I could have kind of accept it when we were 8th and we had people like Rob Holding and Callum Chambers and all these guys, man, that are obviously not at the level. Bro, we've had Gabriel for the majority, only got injured, obviously, in April. We've had Saliba fit for the majority of the season. We've had our majority of star players. Yes, Odegaard was out, but he's come back and not been great. Saka obviously got injured, obviously, at the end of last year. But, bro, we were playing not great with these guys in the team. So, for me, bro, we have to have a hard look at the team. You got to let the fans digest the awful season and think, you know what, this is not good enough before you start bombarding us with transfer news that's trying to distract us. And for me, you're not going to distract me, man. Like I said, I'm not going to believe anything until the guy's holding up the shirt. Rumors can happen. Things can change. The guy's already changed his mind last year with Liverpool. So, hey, until he signs the tink and he's holding up the tink, brother, listen, it's all up in the air for me. But Zubimendi, in terms of a player, I think he's a good player, man. I think he's a good player. But again, it doesn't stop here, Northside. We can't just think we got Zubimendi and then that's it. We're ready for the season. No. We need a wholesale changes for next season, bro. Like I said, we need a backup for Saka. We need someone to test Odegaard in his position because he's not been good enough. And the fact he's not been dropped is obviously a problem for the manager. But also, we haven't had someone that's levels above him to come in. Obviously, Ethan's a kid. I would have put him in personally, but he's a kid, bro. So I can understand why the hesitation is there for him. We need a striker. We need a left winger upgrade on Martinelli and obviously Trossard on the left. Bro, that's just that. Then if you want to get, we need a backup keeper because obviously Neto's going back on loan to Bournemouth. So, bro, that's what 4 or 5 positions already on top of Zubimendi. Potentially another midfielder if Partey doesn't sign a new deal. So that's 2 midfielders we need. Brother, it's a lot of work to do, and it's crazy considering.
But that's the thing, though. Like,
it's crazy.
You know, like you just said, this is the thing I don't understand about this manager. Yeah, he wants to hold back Ethan because he's a kid. Yeah, but you've been relying on Skelly.
Yeah, it don't make sense. At the same age.
I'm saying. And then you built up the whole team. Yeah, you built up the whole attack around Saka, who was a kid when he came to the club as well. So why is it only Ethan's a kid? Yeah, we're gonna stop him, but it's different when Skelly's a kid and when Saka's a kid. I don't understand it, bro. And even Gabriel, Saliba. Saliba was a kid. You know what I mean? Saliba weren't that old. And then you loaned him out and you brought him back and he's been a main starter. That wasn't an issue. But now all of a sudden with Ethan, it's an issue. Bro, he don't like Ethan, bro. Because Ethan shows him exactly what Odegaard's supposed to do. And he's already put all his eggs in that Odegaard basket to say, you know what? He has to hold that space down. And that is what's dangerous because you've not allowed Odegaard to have any accountability. The only time Odegaard's getting accountability now is because the other side of the fan base that don't agree with us, even they're onto Odegaard.
They're on him.
That's why. The same reason, this is why I know this manager's a clown. You only wanted to play Ethan, when you were getting backlash from the fan base. Now I'm talking about the whole fan base. We're giving you backlash because Ethan was performing in the cups. Then Ethan was coming off the bench, scoring in the last 10, 15 minutes. Barely having any minutes, And he was doing it lately as well. Do you know what I'm saying? And you're still giving him 10, 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason why you used Ethan. Skelly, you had to play Skelly because of Kiwior. Otherwise, you would have made him hold bench. Because he got mad excited, when he scored against Man City, saying, Kiwior, this is why I bought Kiwior. But this guy let us concede against Leicester, was ball watching, they smacked it off the post. And the guy was just ball watching the whole time with the cross going into the box. He's been a liability. So it's like, I'm not hearing this young player thing, because you don't care about the young player when it's Martinelli, when it's Saka, when it's Saliba. You know what I'm saying? All these other players, when it's Skelly, you don't care about the age of the player. But now all of a sudden, Odegaard, I'm saying he was a young player when you bought him as well, but you trusted him. So why can't you trust Ethan? Ethan's performing. That's why I feel like this manager, he's a hypocrite, bro. And I agree with you again, Zubimendi coming to the team, the best case scenario, he's of the same level of Partey when we bought Partey. Even if Partey now, cool. We got like for like. What happens if Zubimendi, okay, cool. Let's just say Partey leaves because we ain't signed Partey. And I think he's only got a couple of months left on his contract. So he's basically a free agent.
Yeah.
If something happens to Zubimendi as the Partey replacement, we're back to Moreno again in the midfield.
Oh, bro.
We're back to, what are we doing?
Come
Do you get me?
Man.
Like, what are we doing? And the thing is, I wouldn't even mind, Skelly playing next to Rice, because I feel like he's good on the transition, and I think technically he can take on players, he can dribble. We've seen it this season, even him playing as a left back, innit? So and he's a natural midfielder. So I feel like Skelly could offer a lot in the midfield in terms of defensively and going forward. The problem is then who plays left back because Tierney's leaving. You've got Timber. Okay, you can play Timber, but then you got another lack of rotation on the right hand side.
Yeah, right back.
Right there. Do you get what I'm saying? A lot of people are saying, yo, Timber's better on the right-hand side. So really, you should be having Ben White and Timber fighting for the right-hand side. You've got Timber leaving. Skelly, if you move him into the midfield, who's playing there on the left? Tavares you're getting rid of.
Yeah.
So who plays on the left? It doesn't make any sense, bro. Do you get me? Like, you want to do all this versatile thing, but then you leave us light. Because you can have 2 starting fullbacks, but then we got 1 fullback, let's say Ben White, to cover both positions. You're trying to get rid of Kiwior. Because Kiwior played left back last season when we lost to Liverpool. After the Liverpool game last season, he played up until the Bayern game. Then he got cooked, and then he got in the left back. Yeah. So then you're not going to play him because we keep seeing links of Kiwior getting linked away. So then who's playing left back, bro? Calafiori that can't defend.
And he's injury prone. He's always injured. We're finished. We're finished, man. We're finished. Brother, we're finished. We're done. We're cooked. We're done. Yeah, well, it's over. It's over. Bro. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's crazy, man. Finished, bro. Everyone, you know what? There's so many players that are shit for different reasons. It's like, bro, pick your poison, innit? How do you want to die, innit? Do you want to die like, you know? Have you ever seen Game of Thrones, like Joffrey, when he gets the poison and he's just just throbbing at the mouth, bro? What poison do you want? You get me? Do you want my auntie's Angolan black magic? Or do you want the Joffrey poison where you just there, like in the stadium, probably like the mouth? Like, it's actually perfect, bro. It's actually pathetic that we're in this situation.
Honestly, man.
You get me?
Mentioned Tomiyasu either.
So that's why I don't care about the Zubimendi thing, because, like you said, and I completely agree. Zubimendi, cool. If it works out, we'll praise it. We praised it with Timber, good signing. We praise it with Ben White, not good at centre back, cool. Right back, cool. I hear it. Good right back. Yeah, I mean, I'll give props where props is due.
Yeah, man.
Gabriel, you know what I'm saying? Props is due. You get me? Declan Rice, good signing. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? We can give props. But what about everything else? I don't think Ray is a bad keeper. I don't think he's world class, but I don't think he's a bad keeper. I think he's a good keeper. Do you know what I'm saying? Cool. But bro, you've had 5 years to build a whole team. We're giving you praise like you've had a year and only 2 transfer windows to affect this squad. It shouldn't be like this.
Yeah. We shouldn't be saying we've got to overhaul the whole attack, bro. After 5 years, these guys, brother, this is half a decade we're talking about. And the guys had peas. It's not like we're scrimping and saving every single win. Bro, the guys had the money to spend, but the problem we've had Northside is that he's just spending the money on the same positions. 35 on Zinchenko. 40 plus on Calafiori, 20 plus on Kiwior, all playing left back. You know, how much was Tomiyasu? 18, 20 mil, who plays fullback. Another 35 on Timber, fullback. 50 on Ben White, fullback. Like, bro, where are the attackers? We need some attackers, bro. Spend the 50 on some wingers and that, on some strikers and that. That's the issue. And what you're doing is you're essentially wasting our money because you're buying Ramsdale, for example, for 30 mil, and then a year later buying Raya for 30 mil. So you spent 60 mil on 2 keepers, and then potentially we have to replace Raya with another 30 mil keeper. So you've nearly spent 100 mil on keepers that 2 of them, 3 of them are not even here yet now. It's crazy, bro. It's like the management of the money has to be questioned, bro. Like I said, we give credit where credit's due. He's done well getting like your Timbers, your Gabriels for cheap as well, to be fair. And obviously Ben White's been a very good right back too. Raya as well has been a good keeper. But you've got to look at it and think, you know what? Some of the other positions, 50 on Jesus is looking like an absolute shambles considering he's injured all the time. He don't score goals. He's never on the pitch. He's on second highest wages as well. So you're looking at that thinking, right, like we wasted a lot of money on just him. Never mind, obviously Havertz, 65 on the most wages at the club, more than Saka, which is mad, by the way, on more wages at the club than Saka. And we're looking to replace him essentially by getting a striker in because he's going to be on the bench. So, bro, you've got to look at the money management. I'm not saying that obviously you can't replace players, but bro, you've got to build the entire team first. You can't start replacing your own signings when you've not obviously fulfilled your over agreements at the upper end of the pitch, man. Like, it's crazy, but yeah, man, crazy, man. When you say it like that, and we can't be relying on Calafiori at left back, bro. I can't lie. For me, he should be Gabriel cover for me personally. He should be the backup to Gabriel. Play him at centre back, his actual position, and see if he's actually any good playing at centre back. You literally put him in the fire because you're giving him a position that he doesn't actually normally play in the Premier League, which obviously he's never played in before, and expecting him to be a mad one. And it's like, bro, stop trying to put square pegs in round holes, bro. Just play the players in their proper position, and then we can move on from there. But yeah, man, the wage structure definitely needs sorting because certain men are on mad money like you said, Zinchenko, he just dashed him where he's just gone, bro, and he's on like 150 grand a week, bro, and he's just sitting on the bench chilling. Do you know what I'm saying? So these guys need to be moved on ASAP. Rocky, especially some of the loan signings like Fabio Vieira, like Tavares as well. These guys need to be moved on ASAP, man. And as soon as we do that, then we can start moving forward and start planning properly in terms of getting proper attackers forward, man. But we'll see what happens in the summer, bro. We'll see what happens, man.
No, I hear it, man. I hear it, bro. There's more news now on players being moved on. Apparently, Arsenal agreed cheap €5 million sell with 40% sell-on clause. Lazio plan to sign Tavares permanently in early June and may immediately sell him on to move to a move that could net Arsenal as much as £19 million in total. Just let him go, bro. I don't even care about the 40% sell-on.
Just get rid of him, man. Just get rid of him.
He's gonna be a star or something, like, bro.
Yeah.
Oh
brother, just get him off the books, man. Who cares about a percentage and this and that, brother? Just sell him, get rid of him. He's off the wages. Done. We can move on. I don't know why, bro. It's like when we're loaning out Lakonga for about 500 years, bro. Just get rid of him. We cut Ozil's contract. We cut Aubameyang's contract. Just get rid of him. Get him gone. He's not good enough to play for Arsenal. We get that. There's no amount of loans you can do to Luton and all these players, or all these teams. Sorry, bro. Just get rid of the guy. He's not good enough. Fabio Vieira. He has to be moved on. These guys have to be moved on, bro. They're not good enough. You called it. You watched him play in the Portuguese league. You said from early, this guy ain't it. Vitinha was just there as well, and we got this guy instead, brother. Listen, bro. We know what we need to do, man. And this is what frustrates me with Arsenal. Like, in terms of our selling, we've seen in the past, bro. We sell players for peanuts, pay them on premium wages, and sell them for absolute niche, bro. But at the end of the day, needs must. We can't afford to be holding on to these dead squad players that Arteta don't play anyway. Reece Nelson, get rid of him. Stop loaning him out. Just sell him. Just get rid of him. Cut up his contract. Cut it up. Get rid of him for free. Make him obviously enjoy his football somewhere else. Stop holding on to these players, and they come back for pre-season, and there's this false hope from the Arsenal fans, like, oh, Reece Nelson could be a very good squad player. Bro, the guy don't play him anyway. Arteta don't rate him. You don't play him. You don't bring him on. Doesn't rate him. Might as well just get rid of him. He's just putting up a squad on the bench, bro. Like, it's just useless, man. So for me, bro, we need to make sure we cut ties with all of these dead fringe players that are not going to get any minutes, and that we just keep loaning out just so we can kick the can down the road till next year. Just get rid of them, sell them, and move on, man. That's just my take on it anyway.
No, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Bro, we're so poor at selling, man. And that's the thing. Like, we overpay and then we get peanuts back. And then we wonder why we get ourselves into a financial situation. Like, we get ourselves into a financial pickle because we're not good at selling. We're not good at buying. What do you think is gonna happen, bro? Like, it's basic economics, bro. If you're spending more than you're receiving, you're gonna go broke. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard. The concept on any level stays the same, bro. You get me? Don't matter if you're earning $3,000 a month, $4,000 a month, $5,000 a month, flipping 150 million through flipping sponsorships, whatever. The concept is the same. Spend more than your ingoings, you're gonna hit a rock in it. You're gonna hit the wall, because if it doesn't pay off and you don't flip the money, bro, what do you think is gonna happen? And the thing is, we overinvest in players that ain't gonna make us nothing. We could have got Grimaldo from Benfica, which was a starter left back for Benfica. Goes to Bayer Leverkusen and goes invincible. Bro, come on, man. Like, how am I, just as a Benfica fan, would have told you go for Grimaldo? One, he's free, and two, he's a starter.
Yeah.
Over Tavares. All of a sudden, even if you get 5 million, you've made a profit.
Yeah, facts.
Do you get me? It's basic, bro. Like,
yeah.
You get me? And these men try and make it seem like, but we have to do what the Stricto say, catch up money, and this is not. Bro, catch up money. Bro, how much did we pay for fucking Calafiori? Bro, we could have went and got Dumfries for 14 million euros. That would have been like 10 million pounds. And you're talking about catch up money. It's about the recruitment. It's not about the price tag. It's not about the price tag. I've seen Haleb come to this club. I've seen Podolski come to this club. I've seen Alex Song come to this club. I've seen Adebayor come to this club. Van Persie. These men didn't break our wage structure. We didn't break the transfer record to bring these players in. And look what they did for us.
Yeah, facts.
I don't care about the money, bro. Spend it well. Of course, fans, we're all going to have an opinion in it. If we don't know a player, we'll be like Zubimendi coming in. I don't watch him week in, week out. I'm going to be a bit like, But when Calafiori came in and Timber came in, because obviously Timber the season before, but he got injured, so we didn't see him. Yeah. I said, yo, I will both give them the same time and I'll see how they play. And I'll make my mind up after a couple of games. I'll make my mind up if I think this player is good or not. I gave him a chance. I didn't off the bat say they're not good enough. What happened? Timber, baller, and everybody can see it.
Yeah, straight away.
The fan base divided on it. Why are we divided? The fan base always divided on players that are shit. They were divided on flipping Nketiah. They were divided on Odegaard. Now they see the light. They were divided on Havertz. We need a striker. It's funny. All the players that we're divided on, the ones that critique is, yo, they're not good enough. Oh, no. In the end, oh, yeah, you're not good enough.
That's a good point, you know. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good point, bro, because you look at the ones that we're not divided on. Everyone rates Rice. Everyone rates Gabriel. Everyone rates Saliba. Everyone rates Saka. Do you know what I'm saying? And these are the guys that everyone wants to see in the team next year. But then everyone else is Trossard is okay. Martinelli, some people rate him, but majority think he's not good enough anymore. Partey, some people want to get rid of him because he's too old. Like, there's all the players where you're just like, not too sure. Like you say, Calafiori, Kiwior is a bit, Zinchenko, again, was another one. Not sure. Not good defensively. Bro, like you said, all the ones that are, probably are not good enough. Let's be honest with you, because United, obviously everyone's going forward saying Rice is going to be on our team to obviously for years to come. People like Saka's going to be on our team for years to come. People want Gabriel and Saliba to sign new deals because they want them in our team for years to come. And everyone's playing in the same team. So obviously the players that you're not saying that about, like Martinelli, like Trossard, like Havertz, like Jesus, obviously there's something that they're not doing for you to say that you want to see them going forward. And that's okay to say. I don't understand the big hoo-ha when, you see a player, like you said, you give them a chance, you see how they play for your team, and you just come to the conclusion, not good enough. We just move on and just get someone else. There's like a sense of loyalty for some reason, even if a player's not performing, that you have to just back them like regardless. Bro, you can just say them not being good enough. Like Odegaard's not being good enough this season at all. We've been atrocious. He's even come out and said in an interview, my levels have dropped like dramatically. I've not been good enough. He said that himself. So if he's saying that, it must be bad. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I feel like us as fans, we definitely need to hold more players accountable in terms of their performances and how they are in the team, and not just be so like dead cert on all of the players just taking us to the next season. Like, we have to evolve as a team. We have to improve as a team. You have to make changes. That's where we went wrong this season, because we just kept the same lineup we had last year. Like teams are not going to work us out tactically how to defend against us better, like they have done. That's why we can't score against low blocks and mid blocks, because they've worked us out. We've got the same people. Like, it's not. This is why you have to refresh it every single year, man. Pep Guardiola does it. Ferguson used to do it. Mourinho used to do it. Wenger used to do it. Bro, you got to get some fresh players in here, there, or everywhere, so people have a new thing to worry about going into next season. If we get Gyökeres, no one's going to be able to scout him in our team because it might be a different system. You'll have different players to play with, like Saka or whatever. So it'll be something else for teams to work out. And it normally does take them a season, and then you get someone else to go with them, and then it's another like scenario that they're going to work out. So for me, bro, not strengthening season by season is where obviously a lot of teams go wrong, and that's how you start to decline, because people just get used to the same patterns, the same formations you play, and then you end up being very, very predictable, like we've been the entire season, man. So yeah, for me, we have to make sure we strengthen in those forward areas for sure.
Nah, facts, man. Facts. There's other news of more players leaving. Marseille considering a move for Jakub Kiwior. And before any Arsenal fans in the chat that do want to, you got back the boys, they can do a job, but hold on to the players, this and that, yeah? Where was that energy for Balogun? That never had the opportunities that Nketiah had. Where was that energy, for Iwobi, when you were ready to get rid of Iwobi? Where was that energy for Gnabry, that went out on loan to West Brom and never got the opportunity that Iwobi got, and yet you were done with him? Do you know what I'm saying? Where was that energy, for Charlie Patino, after you man told us that he's going to be a baller? Where was that energy for Aziz? Where was that energy for El Nene? Because all these men, when you were done with them, they're like, they got to go. Where's that energy then for Jesus? If the narrative of Arsenal fans is, they play for the club, you got to back them, then why do you want to get rid of Jesus? Why do you want to get rid of Teddy? Why do you want to get a Tomiyasu? Yeah, I'm saying the same logic applies. If it's just based on we have to be loyal to players because they play for the club, well, Tomiyasu's still here. Why do you want him gone? Zinchenko's still here. Why do you want him gone? Jesus is still here. Why do you want him gone? Reece Nelson, where was that? Why were you ready to get rid of Reece Nelson? It's like, why? I don't get it, yeah? When these men are like, when we call up players, but he plays for the club, he can do a job, keep him on. But then all these other players that we got rid of, you man were ready to get rid of.
Yeah.
What is it, yeah? Like, what? I don't get it with these certain fans, yeah? When is it that it turns into, okay, we can call you out and when we can't call you out? Because when they have had enough of a player, they got to leave. When we've had enough of a player, back your boys.
Make it make sense. You know, it makes sense. You know what it is? I think it is. I think it's like when he gets popular to not want a player, that's when everyone jumps on board. Before, when people were calling out Odegaard's performances, saying they weren't good enough at the start when he came up from injury, people are like, no, you got to give him a chance. Now it's getting to the point where it's 5-6 months where he's not been performing. Everyone's jumping on it. Odegaard, we might have to move him on. We might have to look for some competition for him. I just think it's a thing where people just wait to see what other people say and see if it's, you know, the tide's turning on a certain player. That's when they jump. That's why a lot more people are saying sell Jesus now, where before it was like, you know what, we need to keep him as a good backup option, especially at the start of the season when I was like, you know what, we got to sell him. He's injury prone. He's obviously that ACL, unlucky because he came into Arsenal and he was on fire. I remember it the first 6 months. But then when he got that, obviously, that knee injury during that World Cup, he was never the same. I said, after that season, you're probably going to have to get rid of him, man, because he's on a lot of wages. He's not obviously reliable as well. He's going to get injured quite a lot. Bro, you got to get rid of him. Nah. You got to keep him. He's a good backup option. He's versatile. He's this, is that. All of this stuff. Now, fast forward a year. Oh, we got to get rid of him. He's injury prone. That's what I said last year. What's going on here? Like, I literally said the same thing. And now you're agreeing with me a year late. Like, what's going on? It's like, bro, these guys, I feel like they just don't want to go onto the common theme of just looking at the players and thinking, are they delivering enough for what we need them to do, whether it's injuries, whether it's performances, and analyze it that way instead of just thinking, oh, as my mate said that, you know, he wants to get rid of Odegaard, yeah. If he has, then I'll agree. If he's not, then you know what? We can't get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? He's the captain. You know what I'm saying? He's got to stay. So, yeah, man, I just think it's the thing where people just wait for a group of people to have a one opinion on something and then go for it after that, man. But for me, bro, like us, we just say it how it is, bro. We don't have favorites. We just want the team and the players just to perform. That's all we ask for, bro. Saka, for the majority of the time he's been at Arsenal, has performed for the team. That's why we rate him. Declan Rice, since he's come here, has performed for the team. Gabriel Saliba performed for the team individually. That's why we want these guys to stay, because we've seen enough data in terms of how they play for Arsenal that these guys are top players. The rest of them, injury prone, in and out of form, can't hit a barn door, etc., etc. That's why we want to get rid of him and get someone that's a bit better. That's it, man. I think that's easy to say. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
Nah, great. Facts, bro. Facts. Like Jakub Kiwior is mad that now he's getting linked to Marseille, because before he kept getting linked back to Serie A, but then he wasn't really growing legs. So I just feel like at the end, when you're honest about your team and your players and your manager, you can't lose, because you're backed by what you're seeing. You're seeing the reality with the emotions detached. Like right now, the season's over. I'm not invested in the team because we're playing for absolutely nothing. So it's even more of an incentive to me to see it even clearer that, bro, what are we doing? Where are we going? You know, like before the PSG game, we had what? Was it Ipswich? Who did we have? We had Crystal Palace, Ipswich. We had games that they were saying, "Yo, it don't matter about the results." And I'm like,
Brentford at home, we drew 1-1. Crystal Palace 2-2.
And I'm like, bro, like, what has this manager learned from this season? Because it's like, plan A ain't working yet. What is plan B, bro? Like, what is it? Like, show the people that don't believe in you that you're learning. But I feel like with Arteta, it's like he has to, what I see from Arteta is he'll say, right, this season we're playing attacking football like we did like 3 years ago. We're going to play that football. I'm going to run it to the ground. If we don't achieve, in the summer, I'll think about new tactics. Instead of saying, do you know what? Yeah, we're not going to win the league. It's done. Liverpool's done. We've got PSG in the second leg. How can we approach the game? And to be fair, 20 minutes into that game, we were pressing them. The problem is, Arteta, if you don't instill that, at least in the games running up to that, the players aren't used to pressing. They're not used to running, bombing up and down. So they're going to burn out because you've been coaching them to sit back. You've been telling them, get back. During the games, you always see him, get back, press here, mark him, do this, do that. Yeah. So you don't allow them to express themselves or to go forward or for us to commit numbers forward like we did 3 years ago.
Yeah.
You can't then at the end of the season just tell them to switch it off. It's something that you've got to train and say, listen, we can be flexible in the way that we play. If a game's going a certain way, like Inzaghi at Inter, we can be the dominant team on the ball, bringing the game to the opposition, or we can sit back and hit them on the counter. But we're going to play that method week in, week out, kind of like Slot.
Yeah.
One thing I feel like Slot did so well is certain opposition we play like this, certain opposition we play like that. So the team is used to, depending on the circumstance, we switch the way we play. We go from so defensive to what he did against Liverpool. 3 left backs getting put onto the pitch. That all of a sudden you're telling them, yo, attack, be individuals, moments of brilliance.
Yeah.
The players are like, what? You've been crucifying me all season for getting out of position or to not marking my man or to not getting back. And now all of a sudden you think that I'm going to just, all of a sudden you've made the players second guess themselves. You've made them think twice before they do something because you've coached that out of them to the point where it's not natural anymore because they feel like they're going to get crucified, they're going to get ridiculed, they're going to get dictated, or you're going to shout at them. Bro, how many times is he out of his technical box? Shouting. And it's always get back. It's
never get forward, is it? It's always get back.
And then man's like, oh, the fine margins against PSG. Bro, Odegaard ain't used to taking shots.
Yeah, he's not.
You don't tell him to keep shots. You tell him to hold on to possession. Martinelli ain't used to taking on players because you tell him cut in, turn right, and look if you can see if you can bring Odegaard into the game. Pass it sideways or pass it back to Rice so he can make a run into the box. Now all of a sudden you want him to just undo everything you've been shouting at him to do the whole season. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Do you know what I mean? These are things that you're supposed to be, and that is why when people say, "Oh, but it's a nothing game, we don't care," implement what your plan B is, or your plan C, or whatever that you think is going to overcome the opposition. At least try implement it in nothing games. The fact that he didn't even do that is why I don't rate this guy as a tactician, because I just feel like your in game, your preparation, everything is so bad because as soon as it doesn't work, you're just stunned. You don't know what else to do. We're doing long throws, bro. And the second leg against B. That's our plan B, long throws, bro.
Crazy. Stoke FC, man. What's going on? Set Piece FC. Listen, man. Wenger, yo, he be turning, bro. Turning. Look, this is what I've left you to do this. Long throws, corners, free kicks, man. Bro, listen, I'm not saying you can't have that in your arsenal. That's fantastic. But when that's your, like you said, your plan B, your go-to when something's not working, we've got a problem here. You got to be able to coach the team to be playing against, like you said, mid blocks, low blocks, people that have a high line. You got to be versatile in your, obviously, offensive capabilities, bro. But I think you're absolutely spot on in terms of the players not knowing what to do. I remember a time here, I think it was the PSG game, where Odegaard had the ball and Saka is already running back. Odegaard still got the ball because he knows when he loses this, because he will, I'm going to have to track back Kvaratskhelia or whoever to try and get back in position, bro. And he's our right winger. That's not right, man. I feel like Arteta is so scared to take risks to the point where we're so negative, we're so defensive in all of these areas, bro. Like, you have to take a risk to win the game. You have to put players forward to try and win it. Do you know what I mean? One thing I will give Wenger, bro, when we were losing, my man's putting everyone on the pitch. All the strikers are going on there, man. Adebayor, Van Persie, Eduardo, Bentner, all of them, 4, 5, 6 man on there, bro, trying to win the game. Because he's trying to win. Do you know what I mean? It's a risk. And sometimes we got caught on the counter-attack. But, bro, at least you can say your manager's trying to win. Arteta just tries not to lose. But then we still lose anyway. It's like, bro, like, what's the point? You might as well just try and go out on your shield, go out on your sword, try and give it your all, try and score goals. Don't be so defensive, so scared to lose because you're not winning anyway. So it's like, you have to change something anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? This negative approach is a detriment to the attacking players we've got. And there's no coincidence we're seeing a lot of our attacking players not succeeding, not progressing, not being better than they were last season because they've got a lot of defensive work to do. They've got a lot of tracking back. Martinelli, bro, they got my guys. This guy's at left back. Do you know what I'm saying? It was similar to Aubameyang, sorry, when he was here. Guy was left wing back, bro, defending. Do you know what I mean? In the trenches, bro. This guy's an ultimate goal scorer, golden boot winner, bro. Cup final winner. And in my man's defending, trying to kick it out for corners and that. Come on. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. So, yeah, man. I have to fix up. I'm sorry. any striker or winger, I don't want to see them in our box, man. I don't want to see them defending for their lives, brother. I'm telling you, this brother, keep them up front and let them do their thing. I don't want to see them counting our fuck off, trying to defend, flicking headers off Alpha Pros and stuff like that. Nah, man, they do the right thing, Arteta, man. I just play them in their proper position and give them that attacking lease to do what they need to do up front. And then we'll end up winning more games than we lose, bro. Because if you buy quality players, they'll end up being the difference. Do you know what I mean? Taking that risk, taking that chance, man. But yeah, we'll see if he does it, man. I'm not too hopeful, but we'll see what happens for sure.
Yeah, no, I hear it, man. I hear it. There's news about and this made me laugh, bro. This made me laugh. Why Arsenal opted against signing Kvaratskhelia in 2022. Another one we could have bought.
Yeah.
Benzema, Ronaldo, Messi, you know what I'm saying? PK, all these players we could have, Yaya Toure, all these Mbappe. Bro, why the fuck do I give a shit? Yeah, I'm saying, why didn't we? Because I just scrolled down. All I wanted to see here is who's the scout? Because it's some guy called Tomas.
Okay.
A former scout for the Gunners. I'm glad that he's a former scout.
Trust me.
You know what I'm saying?
You can stay that way as well.
Kvaratskhelia was at Ruben Kazan. And he was scouting him in a match against Dynamo Moscow. And apparently, because he didn't play well in that game, he decided to walk away from the potential deal. I'm glad he got sacked. That was a righteous sacking. I don't know if it was about that, but God willing, it was about that. Because how did you not see that Kvaratskhelia is a baller, bro? Like 100%. One game and you're walking away from the deal.
Crazy, bro. And if that was 2022, that means we must have got Marquinhos around about the same time, bro. Which, we sold. Oh my God, this goes finished. Man. We swapped Kvaratskhelia for Marquinhos. Oh, I'm done, bro. This. End the stream, Dave. I'm done. Oh my God, that is a howler. That is an absolute howler. I can't believe it. Oh my God. Oh, that's shocking.
That's the process, man. Believe.
Believe. We're gonna do this. Oh my God.
And you know, he would have probably cost what, like 20 M's or something like that.
Light changes, well, you know, lights. we even miss it. You don't know what's there.
Eddie's a criminal, bro. Eddie and I'll tell you.
Eddie, bro. Blood on your hands. Don't go anywhere when I catch you. Oh my God.
Mad. That's my bro. I can't even lie. I didn't even clock that was the year that we bought Marquinhos. Because as soon as we got him in, we loaned him out to Norwich, innit?
Yeah.
I was like, no, I remember thinking, why are we even getting him in, like? What are we doing, bro? Look at the team.
What's the point?
He said, "That's Kvaratskhelia." Nah.
Yeah. Brazilian.
Oh, fuck this club, bro. This club is not out here, bro.
We're done, fam.
Hey, that is crazy, bro. That is actually crazy.
That's crazy.
Bro, this is what they said, yeah. Apparently, the coach, the scout said, yeah, he said about Kvaratskhelia, I think it was in a Russian league, he said, yo, he couldn't cope with it. Every next move was bad from start to finish. He got lost. The ball bounced off him. You could see that he lost his confidence. He overcame it, but if it continued, it would have been a problem. Being affected by a few thousand people in Kazan doesn't lead to a good rating. So what did we do with my bro? Do you know what's mad about that statement? Yeah. Is Marquinhos was doing so bad in Brazil, they started playing him. Bro, Marquinhos couldn't even hold down his starting position as a winger in Brazil, bro. Yeah, he didn't even make it at Norwich. And he's gonna, bro, this is crazy, bro. This can't be done, bro.
The worst thing is, we could have got one free, and Edu paid money for him, bro.
Good relations.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah. Shocking. I can't even lie, bro. That is absolutely atrocious. Man said good relations, yeah? Yeah. All right. How's that working out?
Crazy.
Oh
bro.
my god.
Like,
Stinker.
so what were the metrics to get all these guys that are on the bench? What was the metrics to get like Fabi Vieira and that? Like, I would like to know, because these men are just one game. Nah, covers get nah. Bro, the guy is fucking cold, bro.
Yeah, he's so good as well, you know. Oh my god.
He would have locked down that left-hand side for us. Like
yeah,
that.
facts. Like that, bro. And the thing is, as well, Arteta would like him because he actually works hard off the ball. He tracks back, he does all that, but then he's able to have that freedom to license to skin man up and do a madness, bro. Does it at international level, does it for PSG, did it for Napoli when they won the league. Brother, it's an absolute howler. We didn't sign him and got Marquinhos, bro. I can't believe that happened. That might be one of the worst ones. I can't even lie, bro. We actually how bad this guy is. he's terrible, absolutely terrible, bro. Honestly, man, we're finished. Edu, yeah, Kalas. It's over.
Thought, we're gonna unlock Marquinhos, you know.
Oh, man said unlock, bro, like DLC and that. Crazy. Never,
bro.
Man.
You know
Never.
what? Yeah, that's up there with us going for Xhaka instead of Kante.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's another howler as well. Bro. Oh, we had a few.
He had one good season, though. One good season.
Don't leave. Oh,
there's been so many embarrassments, bro. Like, do you remember running for Vardy, bro?
Yeah, that's another one, bro. And I said, no, I want to stay at Leicester, bro. What? Yeah. After that, I knew we were done. We were done after that, bro.
Oh my god.
Leicester, you know. Yeah, crazy.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy, yeah? Bro, I swear Cantona was at Leeds. And then United, I think they got him from Leeds because that Leeds first, yeah. Did Cantona say, no, I'm good, bro.
I'm good. I'll stay over here. Yeah. Leeds are doing a thing. I'll stay over here. Thanks, though. You know what I'm saying?
It's fine. They won the league in 91-92 season. You get me? I'm chilling, bro. I'm good.
Yeah. I'm all right, man. League winner in that.
I'll back you at the end of the season, bro. We'll be in the yacht. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We get taken for dickheads, bro.
Yeah, honestly, man.
Taken for dickheads, bro.
Honestly, bro. In the transfer window, no one rates us like that, bro. Yeah, everyone knows about the Suarez thing anyway. Like this 40 million a pound thing is a madness, man. Absolute madness. But bro, there's been so many accounts where we could get players if we just pattern up and we just do the dumbest stuff. How can you not convince Vardy to come to Arsenal, bro? Vardy drinking Red Bull in Sunday League and that. Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
The City struggled to get Mahrez.
Bro, no, man. They get the.
We're the only one that got rejected, you know.
This is what I'm saying. They win the league. They win the league.
Bro, even Spurs got Maddison.
Yeah.
But when it's up, Vardy, we're good.
Nah. I'll give it a miss. I'll get the next one. You know what I'm saying? You know when the bus is full. Yeah, I'll get the next one still. I'll get the next one.
You go for the lift, yeah? And you're like, yo, there's a man here. Like, let me.
Yeah.
I'm press my button. You're like, all right, cool.
Yeah, cool. I'll take the stairs.
Oh shit. This is what I mean, yeah. People think like I'm just angry for no reason, but it's like, bro, I've seen it all, bro.
Yeah, we've been through pain, bro. Been through pain, man. Especially with these transfers, bro. The amount of guys we've got in instead of the guys as well. Like you said, the jacketing. Man was doing up Hulk Hogan and all that stuff, bro. Listen. Crazy, man. Crazy. This club will be the death of me. I'm sure of it. Oh,
crazy,
my Lord.
bro. And to end the stream, bro, like, bro, the last one, Martinelli, reacts to incredible Arsenal record amid new trophy vow. He said Martinelli believes Arsenal's second half performance at Anfield should fill them with belief that they can finally end their trophy drought next season. Wait, let me see if I can get a quote. I need to get a quote, because I haven't even read this. We saw what we can do in the second half at Liverpool, said Martinelli. What we did against them in the second half was amazing. The effort and everything we did was great. As I said, we want to win the game, but in the end, it was not that bad. We just take the positive things. What was it? Hit that link. We just take the positive things and go for the next season to try and improve and win trophies. Get Martinelli out, bro.
We didn't even win the game.
Get him out, bro. I've been winning this guy out.
We didn't even win it. I said like we won the game, bro. We didn't even win the game. Great, yeah, crazy.
But this is the mentality from the manager, guys. We're doing good, guys. Like, bro, come on, man. Bro, the way we could have been put to the sword in the first half, and you're saying that, you gotta be showing me that, bro. Yeah, I'm saying that name. The thing is, we know that managers and players, we get it. Like, to a degree, they have to keep it professional to a certain level.
Yeah, of course.
We get it. But you can send the message without fully throwing someone under the bus, innit? For us to say, yo, we know, innit? You could have said, like, yo, the way we defended as a team, keyword team, so you ain't calling anyone out. The way we defended as a team needs to improve because we shouldn't be 2-0 down. All of a sudden, boom. Accountability, bro, but you ain't throwing an individual player under the bus. But don't say this, bro.
It won't be too bad if we won the game, but we didn't win the game. We drew. It was a draw. We didn't beat them home or away this season. Like, and they're on the beach. They've already won the league. So, brother, context, bro, you can't say statements like that based off that kind of performance because the context, bro, they're on the beach. They were already feeling low. They don't care if they lose or draw the game. No one can catch them. So, bro, like, we really needed a result in terms of morale compared to them, obviously, because they're happy they've got the trophy, whatever. The most, obviously, mad thing that happened with them was all the things that happened with Trent and him getting booed. That's how everyone's even talking about it in Liverpool. They didn't even care about the result. The fact that they dropped a 2-0 lead. Why would they? They won the league. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Bro, Martinelli picked the wrong game to be saying this. I can't even lie. It would be better if he said, look, we're disappointed we didn't win the game. We need to do more. We need to do better for next season to make sure we actually get over the line. Just say that. Don't be like, oh, the second half, the performance really galvanized and da-da-da-da. Bro, we didn't win. So, unfortunately for you, my friend, getting draws and saying that's going to galvanize us to win trophies doesn't really add up. The math ain't mathing with that one. Do you understand? Like, you got to be winning to then expect you to win trophies after that. Can't be doing it off draws and losses, man. Doesn't really make much sense, but that's just my 2 cents on it, bro. Martinelli's out of howler again.
It's crazy, bro. Make sure you're subscribing to Tops's channel. Link is in the description of the show. Make sure you're liking and subscribing, supporting the real ones. Quickly before we go, bro, what business do you think we'll do this summer?
That's a good question, That's a very good question. You know what? Like, normally I'll be like, you know what? We're probably going to get another defender, another keeper, and that'll be it. Keep it pushing Zubimendi, that'll be it. Maybe, possibly. But you know what? With Berta coming in, I do have a bit more of an expectation because he's not like Edu. He knows what he's doing. He's not a novice. He's not someone that has just got given the job because he used to play for the club. He's someone that's actually got a merit of why he's here because he's done big things for Atletico Madrid, seeing them winning league titles, Europa Leagues, etc., bringing big transfers in, players that other teams were linked with, but he managed to get it over the line. So that literally is my source of thinking, you know what? I think we actually will get a striker. I think we actually will get a left winger. Obviously, I think we probably will sign Zubimendi, even though it's not confirmed. And I think we'll get a backup keeper and probably a left back, I don't know if we're going to get someone to challenge Odegaard. I really hope we do. And the other thing as well is another midfielder. If Partey does leave, which is looking likely he will, then we have to get another midfielder. I've obviously seen reports from, I think, David Ornstein and Fabrizio saying that Partey wants to stay and also want to renew him. Maybe because, again, they know that other funds need to be put elsewhere and not to obviously get a replacement for Partey because it's going to cost a lot of money as well as Zubimendi. But even if that's the case, we need to make sure that we've got every kind of position covered. And I don't know, Arsenal always let you down. That's the only thing. We never get the full set. We never get the full squad ready, bro. There's always a couple of positions where, we should have got someone that, or we should have got someone here. And for me, I just feel like we're going to be left short again, whether it's a backup for Saka or someone to challenge Odegaard or even a replacement for Partey. It wouldn't surprise me if Partey leaves and we just get Zubimendi in, which would be a howler because, again, like you said, Zubimendi gets injured. We're playing Marino in midfield again for the majority of the season if he gets a long-term injury. So you don't want that, man. But yeah, in terms of what I think they're going to do, I think they'll get a striker in. I think they will get a left winger in. I think they'll get Zubimendi in. I think they'll get a left back in and a keeper. I think that'll be it. I think it'll be 4 outfield players and a keeper, backup keeper for Raya because obviously Neto's going back. And I think that'll be it, bro. I don't think we'll get obviously someone to challenge Odegaard. I think it's just going to be the same old. And I think Saka's gonna have to be gonna have to try again because for some reason he isn't like when playing Wanyeri anymore for some reason. So yeah, man, it's gonna be, and if that happens, by the way, we're still not gonna win anything because again, we're going down to fine margins, and one striker gets injured, we're back to playing Havertz. One left winger gets injured, we're back to playing Trossard. Like we were just back to playing the players we're playing now. Do you know what I mean? So, bro, we need a massive overhaul. For me, we need like 7-8 players. Like no joke. Like we need proper squad players and better first teamers as well. So yeah, man. But I think we'll probably get 4, like I said, outfield and then 1 keeper, man. What about yourself, man? What do you think we're gonna do?
We have to get another keeper. We
Yeah.
have to. So I think that they're gonna have to address that. The way that Arteta is reacting, I feel like we're not gonna get a striker.
Oh no, bro, don't say that, man, please.
Because he's getting so touchy about it. We may, if we do, we ain't gonna get the ones that we want.
Yeah.
That's the option.
It's this isn't it?
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like when I'm like, yo, mum, can I have McDonald's? We have food at home.
Yeah, we got food at home. We got rice at home. Yeah.
That's what we're gonna get. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think we're gonna get a midfielder, a defender, a goalkeeper that's free, and a winger. Because I think even if it's not to rotate with Saka,
yeah,
Trossard looks like he wants to leave, so we need some rotation for Martinelli. So I think he will probably get a winger that can play right wing and left wing, and that's our versatility that we can have. You know what I mean? And I think that'll probably be it. Probably about 4 players max. I don't think they're going to be of the level that we need. I think there'll be players that Arteta thinks he can, progress their career or get more out of them. And yeah, I think that would be our business. To answer the last question, AJ, big up to you, my G. Question, please, gents. I believe we will sell every single player we loaned out this season. How much money does that add up to our budget? How much money do you think we're going to get?
Bro, I mean, I don't think we're going to get a lot, You look at like the likes of Reece Nelson, obviously Vieira, Lokonga, Tavares. Bro, like you're probably going to get for Tavares for 4 or 5 mil, maybe. Lokonga might be the same, maybe like 5-6 mil. Bro, I think for a lot of them, you're gonna get single digits. Even someone like Reece Nelson, because he's been injured for a while, even though obviously he's English. I don't think you're gonna get a lot of even Premier League teams even trying to buy him for a lot of money. He's probably gonna have to try and go abroad, like he went obviously to the Bundesliga on loan, didn't he? So and obviously they've not got that much money. So even for him, you're probably gonna get 10-15. Like I don't trust Arsenal to sell adequately because I've seen. Most of our star players either leave for free because we didn't obviously renew their contract and they didn't want to stay, or we get peanuts for them, literally peanuts. Like Ramsdale was touted to be £50 million keeper. We sold him for 18 million, bro. 18, not even 20. Like that's just one example there. So I've not got a lot of hope that we're going to sell players adequately this summer. So to answer your question, bro, I think we're probably going to get less than 30 mil overall. Even like Fabio Vieira, how much money are you going to get for him? Obviously, I've seen touts that they want to recuperate, obviously, the 35 mil back. But you're not going to get 35 mil for him now, man. That stage, obviously, when we bought him, he was a prosper. Now, people have seen he's not obviously great in the Premier League for us. Obviously, he's gone back to Porto. Porto are not going to want to spend what they sold him for if he does go back there. So you're probably going to get half of that, maybe 15 mil. So yeah, I think we're probably going to get about 35 mil for all of them. And that's probably 5-6 players, bro. So yeah, man, that's my opinion. What about you?
I would have said 40, but yeah, we're all close.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying, man. 35-40 mil. This is
war chest.
Yeah, trash, bro. Trash. Oh my Lord.
Do you know what's sad? Yeah, is like make sure everyone you subscribe to Tops's channel as well. Once again, the link is in the title. I would be content with Arsenal just going back to the club I started supporting. The club I started supporting wasn't winning in Europe, but we were winning in Prems. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Win me FA Cups, win me Prems, as long as there's not just FA Cup like the last 10 years of Wenger. Yeah, and we're winning. Bro, I'll take the cups alongside winning the Prem. If we don't win in Europe my whole life, I'm not going to be angry because we're still winning a major honor, in my opinion. Now, I know some people put the FA Cup as a major. I don't. I want to win all the cups available. and I'll take cups. But I don't want long stretches of not winning what I deem as a major, either in Europe or the Prem. If we drop into the Europa League, we must be winning Europa Leagues. I'm not of the thing, bro. I don't, bro. I will celebrate the Europa League like it's Champions League. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't care.
We ain't won nothing. You know
bro, that's a good fact, bro. You know what is well, bro? Like, you know the 2022-2023 season when we didn't win the league? I was more on Arteta for not winning the Europa League. I was like, bro, the league, obviously, no one expected us to win the league. Obviously, before the start of the season, we started off great. Obviously, we bottled it in the end. But that Europa League, we had no excuse. We had Sporting Lisbon, bro, at home, and we got knocked out on penalties. Bro, I think he got away with murder, not even getting to the final of that, at least, bro. Like, bro, we've never won it in our history, man. That was a perfect opportunity to be in the competition. We obviously had a good team because we were top of the Premier League at the time. Bro, we should have been wiping the floor with those teams, bro. None of them really were even Champions League level teams.
Especially when the previous manager got sacked and got to the final.
Bro, exactly, bro. With a worse team as well. Because obviously we didn't have no Saliba. He didn't have no Gabriel. He didn't have no Partey, Emery. Bro, he was playing to Torreira and Guendouzi, Socrates in defense with Mustafi. And bro, come on, man. Rob Holding, Chambers, all these guys were at the back. Louise, like, come on. You look at the caliber of defenders that Arteta's had compared to Emery, and he got to the final, and he beat two Champions League teams, Valencia and Napoli, home and away, bro, when he got there. So, bro, he did what he needed to do apart from win the final, and this guy got away with murder, and he's not even got us past the last 16? Come on. Scandalous, brother. Scandalous, man.
It's crazy, man. Listen, Top, shout your channel out, man. Let the people know where they can find you, bro, and what you got coming up.
Yeah, boy. Big up for having me on. As always, man. Channel is T Chanzo Sports. Obviously, I do a lot of watch-alongs for Arsenal games, not only Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United, all the rivals as well. Hate-alongs. Got to obviously keep them coming. And yeah, man, on the channel, man, hopefully I've got a couple of people coming on the channel this week as well. Just get to be confirmed, man. Doing previews, reviews, all of that good stuff, man. So come on and follow, help out your boy, subscribe to the ting. And yeah, man, let's help the community, bro. But yeah, big up Northside having me on as always, man. It's been an absolute laugh, man. I've actually enjoyed it. It's been too funny, bro. Big yourself up every single time, Maggie.
Nah, big up, man. I'm looking forward to this show, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
making me laugh when I'm down, you know what I'm
saying?
Yeah,
just me.
Bro, you get to a point, yeah, where you're like, I can't get any angrier. Like, if I got any angrier, I'm going to prison, bro.
This is like, what I'm saying, bro. You gotta, this is what I mean.
Yeah, like, you know, when you get to the thing, you're just like, I don't give a fuck anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I've had this with certain family members, yeah. They piss me off so much and done snake and shit. I'm like, I got so angry, man. I don't care no more.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't even care anymore. Because you know what, yeah? It's like, it is what it is, isn't it? At this point, yeah, it's like, I should just lower my expectation for you because I already know what you're about. You know what I mean? And
know what you're on.
It's one of them ones, bro. Once we can't fight for anything, I'm like, what am I angry about?
Yeah. Sure, man. Season's done, innit? Just relax, man. Enjoy your summer, man. Do what you need to do. Dance, wine, whatever you want. Bro, just have a good time, man. Like, don't let this club stress you too much, bro. Because again, like you're saying, man, these guys are always gonna let you down, especially these days, fam. So, bro, just enjoy life. You know what I mean? Enjoy the nice weather and that. And yeah, man, just have laughs and jokes, bro. It's always about, man.
It's mad, bro. The next one we need to talk about, you know what I mean? If you got any Top Gooner friends, bro. Because we're having Top Gooner friends, bro.
Oh my God.
Bro. It's jarring to do with them because you're my boy, but you're pissing me off, you know. You know what I'm saying? You're pissing me off, bro. You get me? But yeah, it's mad, bro. But listen, big up Tops. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to Tops' channel. Link is in the title. Make sure you're subscribing. Big up to everyone that's locked in. We're going to redirect to Lee. He's done a watch along at the moment. Northside raid on the way in, and we're out. Love. Love, love, love.